head that I need. Well, let's do it again. So, 6 months. Get that out of my head. Wow. Okay. We have to be, we are a little bit lazy here. Well, I have to talk about teamwork. First of all, I am very, very grateful that and honored to be a part of the team here. Because none of us can really do anything without a team, especially not in this business. And I realized that. And I want to tell you the story, what happened with the organization that I was building up, and without teamwork in a part. Very short, I started part-time, then full-time, and after 5 years and 2 months, I became Blue Diamond. Yeah, I'm Danish. I grew up at the farm, so that's maybe why. I don't know. They're not so smart, but well, we did it. And then my wife and I made some good money, and we did 2 things right. Our clients was on ADR, and our team partners was making money, and that means that you have made the time. So we traveled the world, bought a new house, and suddenly we didn't have 2 children anymore, then we had 4. I don't know. Things happen. So, and was living a good life. And then one of my friends that I have been following up time over time, has living in Denmark but has a business in Poland. He one day called me and said, Lars, you've been telling me about Nuskin so many times, and I've been looking from the outside, and you and your wife and your family are living a slightly different life than us. I said, yeah, finally, I thought. So, what do you say, should we start up this in Poland? He said, yeah, why not? I've never been to Poland, so why not? And when somebody says something to me, then I'm the person that say, okay, go, go, go. So I decided to go from Denmark to Poland, which is a 6-hour travel by car and ferry, every second, third week. And I commit to that, and I went down there with Kim, and we started up, and we were building. And of course, I don't know about you, but my Polish was a little bit rusty. So, so I had to pay for translation, I had to make a website. I was not a part of OTD at that time. I was a part of another thing. And they, you know, there were not really, nobody there could help me. So I said, okay, I'll do it myself, no problem. And I find some Polish people, and we made a team, and we get something online, and presentations, and materials, and we were doing it all. And then I asked, and then we get going, and 10,000 points, 15,000 points, 20,000 points, 40,000 points a month. And I think this is great. This is fantastic. And then we piked about 80,000 points a month. And I don't know about you, but the work we have done over a couple of years in Poland was simply just amazing. I called my uplines and said, please, come and help me, because they are now start being a little bit tired of hearing of Lars. Me all the time, every second week, telling them that it was fantastic and well, it's going. They need some other inspiration. And my uplines was making very good money, living a fantastic life, beaches, sun, and me coming and saying, come to Poland, it's fantastic. Didn't really sell in. So, to be honest, what happened was, I'm not saying it was because of not having a really team, but it was really serious course that it didn't grow. So it basically fell apart. And we went down, and today there is 4 or 5 executives left. We're still fighting. I was in Warsaw for 3 weeks ago. So, so we're still fighting, but you know, it was tough. But because of that, I met a lady called Maite Nieto, living here in Spain because of Poland. And Maite was really... Maite, are you here? No. No. She was really a la bomba, really happy. And I was sitting there and said, oh shit, now it all starts over again. I have to build up a website. My Spanish is also a little rusty. So I just, okay, I go to Spain. So I went to Spain with no material. I didn't want to make anything, just like Michelle, telling the story. You know, telling my story, what to do. And then I have a very good friend in the business, which is Topper, and I said, Topper, what are you doing? Crossline, and he was telling me about this community, this teamwork. And I said, wow, is that really possible? Because I was not growing up in the business with that kind of work. And then Topper said one thing to me. He said, well, Lars, you have to understand, the more you give, the more you get. And I said, yeah, okay, I understand that. That's not really so that's not really smart, it's really simple. So I understood that. And then we start giving. And I must say, to be honest, in your business, you can drive it to a certain level, and you can really do it. But if you don't have colleagues, other people, to inspire your people, maybe somebody can do it, but most of us cannot. We need other people to inspire, and we need to be inspired by other people. An extremely good example is one of my downlines are listening to some other leaders, and the other leaders is telling something. And then my downlines comes to me and said, Lars, you idiot. I just heard this and this and this. And we have been working together for 3 years, and you never told me why. Have you ever had that? And you're standing there and saying, I told you 10 times. But, you know, they are saying the same, your colleagues are saying the same things in a little different way. And then it suddenly clicked. And I don't know about you, but it was the same to me when I hear some of your 6 months. You know, then it clicks and you say, okay. And that's what we do. We have to be humble. We have to be teamwork. It's about friendship. It's about creating relation. Let people meet each other. I'm starting a new adventure on Tuesday. I'm flying to New York. And the first thing, because I have my line in Holland, I have 2 executives in New York, and they asked me to come. And I said, yeah, great, why not? I wrote a quote one time saying, if you make it there, you can make it anywhere. So, let's get the best out of it. And the first thing I did, because I learned about teamwork, was basically sending an email to my upline, Laura Call, and said, well, I'm coming to New York, can we do something together? And within a few seconds, I got an email back and said, Lars, happy to see you. We have a new meeting Tuesday night at 6:30 somewhere in New York. I've never been to New York before, so it's my first time as well. So, and what I'm doing, just to tell you what I'm doing, I'm going there and I'm of course using their material and everything because I want my organization there to connect to their organization so they can create, because I cannot really go to New York every second week. Yeah. Okay, I could do that. But it's nice. So, but that's teamwork. And we have to understand that. We have to connect. And teamwork is that we trust each other. So when you are building an organization, let's say that you have a link to Germany or something. It's not really only using the German material and I'm so happy it's translated and I don't have to do that and all that stuff. But it's also you as a leader going there and your group you have in that specific country, that specific town, let them connect with the others. Because I don't know how many different lines we are working together in Spain. I think it's 7, 10 different lines from all over the world, and it's fantastic. And leaders coming in now we see from Colombia and from the US and from Japan. So it's amazing, and it can give us all a lift. You know, hearing those stories, and that stories that our downline, our team can hear, it gives everybody a lift. And come on, it's not really, the market is not really small. It's not really small. There's living about 2.6 million people in Barcelona, I think. Is that right? More or less? 2.6 million people in Barcelona. And there's, after 30 years with Nu Skin, there's 1 million people on the planet buying the products every month. So, come on. There's really enough space for everybody. So please, let us make a new thing. Let us make a team. Let's be team players. My vision, and I will talk about this in the afternoon, is that what the franchising has been the last 50 years is network marketing going to be the next 50 or 100 years. I'm totally, 100% sure that's right. We have the right products, we have the right management, we have the right compensation plan. The only thing we need out there is us. Because to be honest, you are 25 plus here, you are the leaders. To be honest, 95% of the population out there, the people we are meeting, are still thinking that this is a pyramid. Still. And there's only one reason for that. And that is because none of us have the right solution to explain what we are doing. Everybody out there, if you say a franchising, maybe they don't want to do it, but they all say, yeah, probably a good business. It's 2/3 of all shopping in the world is going through franchising. So, yeah, they have a positive thinking about franchising. And most people have a negative thinking about network marketing. And that's because we are not good enough yet. And remember the word yet. Nobody in our industry can do it yet. Nu Skin has the plan to be the biggest company by paying out the most commission. I'm hoping that this group here and all the Nu Skin leaders could agree on that we will be the first distributors in our industry to make the story that people understand. Because if people understood what we were doing, if we were good enough to explain the way we are doing business and the way we can live our life, it will be really, really funny. And in my vision, and what I'm thinking is, it's just a little thing we have to change. I don't know what it is yet, but I know it's there. And I know we can do it. But none of us can do it by ourselves. We have been doing that for the last 30 years. None of us can do it. If we do it together, I'm totally sure that we can do it. And that's teamwork. And it's just following the principles. And then make good friends. It's really simple. And it's much more fun. Before we end, I would like, because I've heard the better part of the 6-month story, I want to invite Jonathan on the stage.